Okay, now we left off in the last video with all of this being drawn. And I should have said you should click and drag over all of this. Whoa, wait a minute. I got to get my pointer back. That's what's wrong. Sorry. Because I had the drawing tool still on. So click and drag over all of the lines and spaces and go back to the Actions tab, drop down and go to Group. This way, you can move your group, your lines and spaces, and your treble clef all together. And notice I did not include my note over here. It's on its own. So now that you have that grouped, you want to go back and get your note and see if it fits on your lines and spaces. This one, for instance, that's pretty close. It fits pretty well. So I really don't have to change it, but if I needed to, I could make it a little smaller, or if it was a little bit too big, I could change that. Okay, now that you've highlighted this, I'm on number 18. You want to copy and paste this note, and you can do it with Control C and Control V, or you can do it with your, if you have a mouse, copy and paste, and you want to paste it 4 times. So that's 3, and here's 4. So now I have 4 of these. And after you get your notes copied and pasted, then arrange them on the lines and spaces. You do not have to go in order. You could skip around if you wanted to. And I don't care which lines or spaces, but I want them on lines and spaces like they should be. So you remember, if you remember from the video you watched last week, if the note's like this, that's not clear. Is that a line note or a space note? So you want to make sure if it's a line note, the line goes totally through it. If it's a space note, you don't have a line going through it. And here is my treble staff with notes on the lines and spaces. So now I just go up to the top right and save and close. And look, it puts it in a document. You probably already knew that. But what you need to do now is go back to your classroom and go to the lesson, drawing the treble staff, and you need to add it to your, or turn it in so that it comes back in my Google Classroom. I can't do it on this one, or it doesn't behave like yours does. But that's what you need to do, turn it in, and then you are done for the day. This is worth 100 points. I'm sure you can do it, and I'm sure you can do a great job. You might need to practice that treble clef, and since I have another minute on this recording, I will show you that if you go to the drawing tool, that some people draw theirs different than I do. I usually start at the bottom, and I call it long, tall, skinny J, and then it's kind of like a tall, skinny D, and a letter C, a big C, and then a backwards C, and then put a little tail on it. That's one way to do it. I watched somebody the other day draw it exactly opposite. They started, and they were on the lines and spaces, so you would start on the second line, go up and around to the bottom, and then you go up all the way to the top, and you curve and come down, and then you add the J. But see, I missed like that part right there. Anyway, I don't like that one as well. I like this one better. Obviously, this is something you can practice, and on your Chromebook, it might even be a little harder to do, but you get the point. It should look pretty much like this. It does need to be on the lines and spaces, so don't just put it anywhere. So if you got 5 lines, and the little hook needs to be below the staff, the top needs to come just right above it, down to the bottom, curve around, like something like that. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing your drawings.